Hey guys, welcome back to Models and Beer. Cheers. We've made some progress. The hull is somewhat complete. It's not completely complete, but we got a big jump ahead. I did encounter a couple of problems, nothing major, but I will go over what a little bit happened. When I started, I decided to go ahead and drill out these, I don't know if you can see these portholes. And there's a whole bunch of them. I thought I would use the Dremel tool with the small drill bit and make easy work of this and just buzz through them. That wasn't the case. What ended up happening, like I said, it was nothing major, but the drill bit gets hot. And what happens is after two or three of these holes, it starts to melt onto the drill bit. So you have to stop, and I had to take a lighter, which will, actually let me just go back to the video on that and then I'll catch you up. Let's rewind a little bit here. All right, at any rate, you can see what happens here is we get plastic that builds up on the end of your drill bit. So after 3 or 4, 5 holes, the hotter it gets, the quicker it builds up. I'm having to get a lighter underneath this and burn the plastic off of this bit. Wipe off the ashes, and then we're good for another 3 or 4 holes, and then we have to burn it off again and to continue. I don't know if that's really worth all the work for the small detail. Like I said, I don't think anybody would even notice if you hadn't drilled any of this out at all. This side's completely drilled out. I've gotten it all done. All the holes are nice and clean, so I have to continue and keep things uniform and do the other side. So, but I just wanted to let you know the situation I ran into with this in the event that you were thinking about drilling this out. And I'm not telling you not to, I'm just letting you know what you're going to be dealing with in the event that you try to do this. So your drill bit's going to get hot after 3 or 4 or 5 holes, and you're going to have to stop and clean the plastic off your bit. Otherwise you're just going to be melting through and your holes are not going to look nice at that point. So that's just a heads up on that. Okay, yeah, so you can see what happened. So just to let you know, in the event that you want to do that, that's at least you'll know what to expect. So there is a lot of holes, so I thought with this Dremel bit it was going to take me maybe 5-10 minutes to buzz all the way around this ship and get this all done. In reality, from doing both sides and having to stop after every 3rd or 4th porthole and melt the plastic off of my bit, it ended up taking me probably around 45 minutes to an hour to do that. So I don't know that it was worth that to do that, but I did it, and I guess I would do it again. It might make a difference if you're looking down straight at it and you can see the light through it. So we got our deck on. We got our paint. The paint was another issue for me, to find the right blue that I was looking for. Let me get this out of the way. I started off, I purchased this Vallejo model color, the sea blue, and looking at it through the bottle, it has a blue hue to it, and I thought that it would be really close and that I could use that. What ended up happening, believe it or not, when this cured, it cured into a gray. There was hardly any blue to it whatsoever. And like I said in video 1, I didn't want to add color to this to make the blue that I want, because I could simply add blue to this. But the problem I was going to run into is I'm not going to be painting the entire model as one. So we got the upper decks that we're going to be doing, the superstructures, and those are all going to be painted individually as I'm building them. And I don't know that I can mix the exact same colors every single time, and I want it to be consistent. So this did not work for me. So I ended up going to the Hobby Lobby and I picked me up some of this here Gundam color, um, and it looked like a nice blue, which it really was. The only problem that I had with it is, I don't know if we can get a shot of that, it's kind of a purplish blue, and I thought it would look nice. But it didn't say anywhere on here whether it was matte or gloss or whatever, and I double checked it 2 or 3 times, and I cannot find anywhere on here where it says that. I ended up buying 2 or 3 bottles of this just to try it. I did spray all of this with it, and it ended up being really glossy and splotchy for some reason. After it cured, it just looked really bad. It was a lot of glossy here, 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 and a blotch here, here, and it's garbage. I did not like this at all. So what I ended up doing is shooting it with another coat of primer, and I ended up getting some rattle cans of something that looked like it was going to be close. Um, I ended up spraying that, and it was super dark blue. I mean, way too dark. And I didn't like that because if in the event that I would have used those rattle cans, I don't remember even the color what it is now. I threw those cans as far away as I could from the house. Um, it was going to lose detail in the structure as far as the railings and everything that we're going to be putting on here would get lost in that dark color. So I ended up going to the Hobby Lobby, and I bought a couple of big bottles of acrylic. I got 2 big bottles of I think it was granite gray, and I got a big bottle of navy blue. And I mixed all 3 of those together, and I made me a big jar of this color. And I'm happy with this now. That really came out nice. It's a nice blue. It's not too dark where I'm going to lose detail. And so yeah, that's going to work perfect. And I made a big batch of it so that I can reuse it and hopefully finish this entire model with that bottle and not have to remix anything. So yeah, that came out well. The hull color here I was really happy with right off the bat. And I'm going to give this a shout out here. This is Tamiya color. It's called Hull Red. And I like it because straight out of the bottle it looks nice and like aged, like it was, in the water for some time. Let me turn this around here. Let me see the other side. So I was really happy with this. I masked out for the water line here, and I sprayed it with my airbrush from a distance, blotchy, because I didn't want it to be. I want it to look aged, like it's been, there for some time. And you can see where I kind of did some light areas here and some darker, just from different distances, and that came out really nice. So I'm happy with what we have accomplished so far. I've held off on putting any of the rudders or the propellers in yet because I don't want any of this to get busted off. I got a stand that I am building for this, and hopefully I'll have that for you in the next video. But basically it's a tray, and I got 2 C's, and I'm going to line those with felt where I can set this onto it, and it's going to have a spin bottom to it. What do they call that? A lazy Susan, I guess, or something where I can just spin the model around. And I believe that's going to help a lot as far as, getting damage to the scratching on the hull. And as we're building, we get into the photo etch railings and stuff like that, it's going to be a whole lot easier to spin this thing than it is going to be trying to pick it up and maybe possibly damaging, some of the photo etch stuff and things like that. So that's where we're at now, guys. I wanted to do a quick update. I didn't mean for it to take over a week to get the second video up, and I'm hoping the third video is going to come up a little bit quicker. I got the plating that we're going to be putting on here for the anchor chains. I haven't done that yet, but that's going to be next. Then we're going to go ahead and put a lot of this small detail on the deck here, the lockers and so forth. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm not sure if we're going to go ahead and start with the superstructure, maybe the boats. We'll see where we go from there. But yeah, this is where we're at, guys, so far. And I appreciate you following along. I thank you for those of you who have subscribed. Like I said, this is my first channel, and it's a learning curve for me. I don't know, I'm trying to do my best as far to make this, entertaining. But I did want to document this build. This is my first build of anything in this scale. So yeah, it's an experience for me. So once again, guys, I'll leave it at that, and look forward to the next video, hopefully coming up here in the next few days. I'll try not to keep it to being a week. So cheers, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.